Kumbaya. Oh Lord, kumbaya.
All
There
right.
you go.
Let me tell you all what happened. Okay. Me and Danny was sitting backstage talking like we normally in a stream. And I went to go hit live stream and it did pop up. You're live, and I hit it.
I'm like, where am I gonna go? I just
It's too early. It's too early.
Mhm.
Hi, Margot, my baby. Hi, Angie Styles. Hi, Susan. Oh my God, I lost some people in the other stream.
I was still on now. I was like, oh.
Hi, Dung Beetle. It's on me. Hi, Ann M. It's on me. It's on me. It's on me. I'm not used to being, I'm used to being up early, but not starting to stream this late in the afternoon for you guys. So anyway, I'm coming in early because Raken is going to do her first live, and I want to give you a little teaser on what she's going to be doing. And if you guys were around when this happened, you're going to know who she's talking about. Okay, so let's just take a look at Raken's promo. You know, I'm gonna start doing promo. She don't piss me off now. I'm jealous. Hold on. Hold on. Let's look at Raken.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And your last name, Jane?
It's Alvey, Alvey.
Okay. And you're some type of medical professional, you said?
Yeah.
Wrong answer. The truth is coming out.
Woo!
So she knows who that really was?
That's Geneva.
Oh, not the famous Geneva.
Yeah.
You know I already love you by name. That's so effing Raken, but
I was like, wait a minute. When I saw the promo on IG, right? And then I went to her. So if you guys haven't subbed up to Raken, please do, because somebody grabbed, that was dumb. I could have dropped the link, but I was there. Hold on. Let me go back and get it. Jesus. Girl. Raken is coming, and I'm like, oh.
No, I don't see nothing wrong with calling people loud for what they did.
Raken is at 1.89 subscribers, and she hasn't did one live. Okay. So I am ready. Margot is in the chat. So Margot is the one that I told you that lives in Vegas, and we didn't get to see her when you were there.
Margot, that used to
be on Sherelle's, and
yeah, I know that.
She is beautiful. Oh my gosh, she's beautiful. I had so much fun with her. She's beautiful. But yeah, so she's in the chat. But yes, Miss Raken is coming, girl. I can't wait. We're gonna have an expose. I'm ready. So where is Jenny O? I lost Jenny O. Oh my God, she was in the other chat and she wanted to know if I was going to talk. If I was going to talk about 90 days, I lost my Jenny L. So yes, where do you want to start? Did you watch 90 Days?
Now, 90 Days, I did not catch, but they easy on the catch up of what I'm talking about. But I definitely watched Sister Wives. Definitely did. You know, this weekend I went to the classics. I went to the
I saw you at your first football game.
And man, first time in Soldier Field. In all these years I've been out here. That thing is huge.
Raken's Live is tonight. She hasn't put the time there yet, but I think she said it was going to be like 8 Eastern. So that's like 5 my time, but her time isn't there yet. I looked at it again. So we're thinking about 8 Eastern. And last night, guys, my intention was to go live. It really was my intention to go live last night. And I just slept my little life away. And then when I woke up, I scared Kayla because she was already, I woke up, it was 8 something. And I scared Kayla. She was already laying down because I hit something. And I said, I was supposed to go live. And Kayla's going, why are you going live? It's Labor Day. You don't labor. I said, shit, I labored earlier today. So.
Such a wise young counsel. Such a wise young counsel.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And she looks so cute this morning going to school.
I know she's fly. She got such a style. She's so fly.
She has, girl, that style she has is out of this world. I sent a picture to her dad. He was like, okay, KK, okay. She's got the funky style. She's got that. I'm going to be me. Don't give a shit what you have to say.
You better be. You better be. Because most people lose them, then come back anyway.
Look, she my granddaughter.
Women doing on Sister Wives, losing themselves, then come back.
Okay, so all that shit that happened on Sister Wives. So I'm going to try this and see if I get in trouble because it's just a little bit too much. I'm trying to break this argument down with Janelle and Cody. So I have a clip.
That was half of the episode.
Flip flop, content at its best. Listen and learn from the best. Okay. Mary Andy, hi. Welcome, Flip Flop. Flip Flop. Okay, so I'm going to try this. I have a clip. We're going to play some of it. Okay. Then we're going to commentate on it because that argument was a little bit too much to try to do it. So I said, there is no way. But first, Cody went to visit his brother, his friend, and, he's talking about his marriages and how it's affecting him. What you think about that? What you think about that?
Cody is so me all the damn time. Like it's always him. Everything's him. Even when he was talking about his brother and his friends, like, oh, so he spends the rest. He knows where I'm at. Oh, he got to live a single life. So, it's a different, but everything is back to him. But I don't think Cody realizes everything going on is because of him.
It's because of him.
It's because of him. But he always makes it like, oh, they changed. They're somebody else. They don't listen to him. They didn't follow the plan. They traded on him. I'm like, Cody gets on
he gets on my lap.
I'm just like, I can't wait till everybody leave him and then he want to leave Robin. Like, I just can't wait for just all of that. Like,
so on the next episode, his friend, the heavyset guy that was sitting on the sofa, he said they're in for a ride for any wives that sticks with him. That sticks with him. I was like, damn. So we're going to try this. I'm going to pull it up. And, I got to put on fair use. Let's see. And I know if I get a strike, not to do it again. Huh? I haven't received one yet. I haven't received a strike or anything. Oh, it's not trigger warning. Yeah. It's going to be trigger warning. Do I have one that just says fair use? I had one, but we're going to just do.
Well, Cody triggered something in me, so.
I can't speak
him and Robin.
Look, I got this. I'm going to go grab this little bit right here. Hold on a second. Fair use. Hold on. I'm going to grab it, copy it, and put it down there. fair use copyright. Hold on. Let me get that little terminology real quick so we can knock it out. Fair use.
Mhm. But you know, Margot, Debbie liked to say that Robin didn't really come from a polyamorous family. That
And
she just
Cody didn't either. Did you not hear that?
yeah, that her mother was a side piece. She just had children by a married man. Like
Yep.
they weren't in a relationship all them together.
So Cody said himself that his family didn't get into it until he was an adult.
Yeah. Yeah, he said it wasn't even when he was a kid. It was when he was an adult they got into it. Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn. Okay, let me run this banner.
And
there
so
we go. You see that? See that?
Yeah, copyright.
Okay, we ready. I had to go find it and copy paste it. And this is our opinions, okay? It's our opinion. So let's just get it. So hold on. Let me get this. And let me come back here. So
I agree, Margot.
what did Margot say?
She said, I agree. They have zero clue how to be a poly. Literally zero, because the way they are acting. Because to me, if you openly want to be in this, you know that it's involving sharing. Period. Period.
I have a secret crush on Cody.
No, Stacey.
No. I'm joking.
No. Season 1, I thought Cody was like, he got a little thing to him. He seen it, but I didn't even really like him then. By the end of season 1, I was like, I can't stand him.
I love her new name. So Denise has changed her name to Vaping Goat Peninsula. Hi, Stacey. Hi, Angie Style. Y'all had me joking. I got a crush on Cody. Either one of them, I don't like nobody with the name of Cody. Nobody. Okay.
That name is tainted, honey.
That name is tainted. So
no matter the spelling, it's been tainted.
So Janelle is in her confessional right now. So let's hear what she has to say. And I'm going to try this to see if I get in trouble behind it. We'll see.
Conversation could happen without my boys issuing an apology to make it safe for them to get together to have a conversation. The mechanics are the same. See,
You're not representing very well for me. Stop representing for me.
Well, then you call them, Cody, because you always put it back on me.
That phone goes both ways.
Okay. So on that, you remember that he kept saying that Janelle was trying to keep his boys away from him because they weren't following his rules. And Janelle states they were following the CDC guidelines. And, Cody wants, the boys were already feeling a certain type of way. He wanted Janelle to kick them out the house. Who's going to kick out their child?
And during the pandemic. Not just kick out their child, but kick them out during the pandemic.
So he can feel comfortable coming there, so he doesn't bring anything to Robin's
home and kids.
Because that's the only home he was going to. Okay. The only person that's ruined their relationship with their children is Cody. These are grown adults. Even the younger ones see the way he behaves. The other ones that are outside of Robin's home, the way he treats them. You know what I mean? So, okay, let's go back and finish listening.
I've been available to talk to them.
It still surprises me that Cody feels like it's my responsibility to facilitate this relationship between he and my children. He's a parent as much as I am. You are always, all this stuff, you're always flipping it back on me.
It's because it belongs on you, Janelle.
No, it does not. Why does it belong on me? Why does it belong on me?
Because you didn't support my stand when it came to actually doing the COVID stuff.
Cody, I was protecting my children, and you have said, choose your loyalties or you're not going to have a husband. So I'm supposed to choose between you and our children?
Okay. What did you think of that?
I think that at the end of the night, he just has an excuse. So no matter what she says, there's an excuse. But the whole thing was, you didn't do what I said. You didn't follow the rules. Because he says that like 1,000 times in this argument. You didn't. And then she said stuff like, "Oh, I did in March. I was following it, but."
Go ahead.
Oh, but when they're arguing with each other, that when she just says like, "You told me choose your loyalty or you're gonna lose a husband," so you already telling me choose you
Yep.
and what you want, and you saying screw the kids, but I'm the mother. And I know one thing about co-parenting: you don't have to be in a relationship with a man and all these women, but when you have children by a man who has a couple of baby mothers or something, there's gonna be something with the kids for the one he lived with. So if you at Robin's every day, they already gonna know that this person gets you all the time, morning, afternoon, all this. So they gonna have their own things.
Yep.
So, but he don't see none of that because Cody's never wrong. Cody is never
Nope.
wrong. I don't
He's
even know why she
never,
tried to
ever
bring
wrong.
this to him.
First of all, he did say it, and if we've been watching it, he told her that, you know, because the boys were asking him when they were out chopping wood. Remember that? The
Mhm.
boys were asking him, you know, when is he going to be there? When is he going to spend time with them? He told them they want to go out, you know, hang with their friends and still do the stuff. And they said they were being safe. He blamed those boys for bringing C-19 to the home, but
And
you
he called them
didn't
flat
blame
out
that
liars
nanny.
too. Mhm.
Yes, you didn't blame that nanny whose family had it, and she brought that into the home
Mhm.
because you weren't going around those boys at the time. So you can't blame that on them. Hi,
But he
Jenny.
did.
Oh, I'm sorry, I lost
He
you
did.
in the other chat. I made a
He
mistake
did.
and hit the wrong button. But you can't bring that on those boys when your nanny that Robin had to have because she couldn't ask Cody for that kind of help. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He is their father. You have teenage kids in the home.
That can
Why
help.
do you need to get help? When
And what I
Janelle,
never got is if y'all were being so strict on the boys and so strict on everybody about what they could do, why were you bringing an outside nanny in the house in the first place? Like none of it made no sense. Like none of it made sense. It's like, wait a minute, you worried about, because a lot of us, if you had teenagers or young adults, they were riding, you know, they were riding dangerous. You'd be like, why are you, when they opened up restaurants, they were back in them.
Mm-hmm.
When they opened them up, they were moving too fast. So you did have that problem, but y'all brought a whole outside nanny in the house.
Whole outside nanny who would
And that's who
leave
brought
and
it
go
into
home.
your house.
Yep, leave and go home to her family at the end of the day and come back in the house the next day. She wasn't living there. She wasn't living there. She was in and out, in and out. So, okay, let's finish listening to Mr. Cody here, okay? Let's listen.
That's
know
what
what?
you basically said.
All you have to do is support what I'm doing. Do you understand that parents are supposed to make a united front?
I'm now being accused of everything he just accused Christine of and
Yep.
a lot of what he accused Mary of.
Yep.
Janelle,
You keep acting like this is
knew
my
the
fault.
rules.
You did not
and
give
you
us any
undermined them.
rules.
Every day we talked about what they were.
No, you didn't give us the list until November.
The list was nothing. We were already talking about it and everybody was denying it anyway. Listen,
Okay, we remember they were all together and he gave them that list. They were all, I don't understand why they all was filming outside except for at Janelle's or Christine's home. Remember they were all together at that picnic table. He had that flyer when he gave them all of these rules, and that was right before Thanksgiving. And they had been asking for them. And so Mary was the only one following those rules because she had been talking with Cody and Robin, and Janelle and Christine said they had been following the CDC rules. But Cody added a whole bunch of other shit to it. You on mute, baby. You on mute.
It's yeah, he added some Cody rules because it's got to be Cody law. It's got to be the Cody way. And everything, even if it don't make sense, it's the Cody way. And then when it fall apart, it's everybody's fault because they didn't do it right. They didn't listen. They didn't follow step number 3 or 7. It's all Cody. I'm like, Cody, you've been ignoring your women. To me, you've been gave up on Mary. you just use her because she's like Switzerland, I guess. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So you use her to have an ally. But no, like, please.
And
Janelle said it best when she said,
he said
Cody,
it
stop
best.
ignoring you.
He blamed her for what he blamed Christine for, and the same thing he blamed Mary for. He's looking for a reason to, because he doesn't want to be the one that says, I don't want this marriage anymore. He's giving you, all these reasons. Robin don't want you like that. She wants what these women provide for her, because your ass can't take care of her and everything else. These women that work, except these are the women that are providing for that family.
And that's why he be on them to come together and step up so they could do all the leg work. But they realizing that they watching somebody get what they want from him.
Margot, if you want to come up, baby, you are more than welcome to come up. I've said it before. Anybody wants to come up and join the conversation, you're more than welcome to come up. You don't have to just listen to our opinions. You really don't. You can look. Let me drop this link if you want to pop on up. Damn it! I'm getting ready to hit. See what I did, girl? I don't know what's wrong with me today. I feel so discombobulated.
That's like with because everything seemed backwards.
Yes,
it seemed like it should be evening, but I'm like, I know it's not evening because I still got stuff to do. But my buddy just sent me a text and asked me if I want to go see Wu-Tang on Friday.
Wu-Tang?
Yeah, I said,
are they still touring?
Wu-Tang forever. Wu-Tang in this piece.
Stacey's husband said, stop hating on that man's pimp game.
But here's my bad thing. Here's the bad thing about him. His pimp game is so bad that at the end of the night, you like none of them feel happy, but Robin. And Robin is, like you said, she only happy if all the other players are playing.
Thank you.
Because she know by herself she gonna be just as miserable as them.
She's miserable now.
She's miserable now.
All the time. She said she signed up for a polygamous family. And she didn't sign up to have Cody there with her all the time, which we know is a lie, because when he was spending time at Christine's house, she was forever calling him to see what was going on. Yeah. I can't.
And then my whole thing is y'all crib on 4 acres. Y'all could all be on that.
Jesus.
While y'all was getting the rest of this land that seems to never grow.
Okay, let's listen to a little bit more.
I'm tired of being gaslit by you.
You are gaslighting me.
Gaslighting.
This, like, all this, I feel so pressured. This is you saying, I don't want to do it, but I'm going to make it your fault.
So listen, you really need to stop throwing me under the bus.
I hear you, Margot.
Okay, you know what? Then you stop throwing me. You act like this is.
Okay, let me grab Margot. Okay, there we go. Hey, Margot.
Hi, you guys. I'm so sorry I'm not on camera. I'm a little bit of a mess right now. My dog passed away.
Okay.
But yes, I'm quietly listening to this clip because I got things to say.
Say what you got to say, girl.
That man was not ready for polygamy. That man, maybe it's not in the Mormon culture, but in my culture, you have to have a bride price, which is your dowry. He could not have afforded half of a Robin. Robin is. But what's crazy is everyone knew it when we saw her. It's like, no, let's try to like her, Don't act like that. Christine had been said, and everyone keeps forgetting that the friend that Cody visited, I don't know if you saw the episode or not, you gorgeous woman. I don't know who you were. You popped up on Heidi. I was like, who is this gorgeous woman?
That is
Thank you, Queen.
Oh my goodness. That was right. But that's Cody's brother-in-law from Mary, through Mary's side. Everyone forgets that Janelle was married to Mary's brother.
Yeah.
The reason I started watching Sister Wives is because I was like, oh, another polygamous family. My grandpa had 7 wives. His father had 10 wives, and so on and so forth.
Wait a minute. Your grandpa had 7 wives?
21 kids. Mom was one of 21. And then his dad grandpa was number 8 of, I believe, was 32 kids. So I started
Ooh,
watching Sister Wives because I was like, something that looks like me a little bit. I was like, this is
okay.
interesting. But it has nothing to do with that. My grandfather bought a property for each and every one of his 7 wives. Yeah, Cody. When you
Yeah,
want to
he
have
bought it.
multiple
Okay.
wives, you pay for them. My grandma's had the option to work. She didn't have to. She never had to. That's what
So
you do.
your grandfather provided for his wives, unlike Cody, who relies on women to provide for him. Correct?
Exactly. And I'm glad my grandpa's dead and didn't have to see the show because he'd be pissed. And it
But
wasn't
see,
like he was the first polygamist. His father was. His grandfather was. It's a
right, I
continuous thing.
thought that, I'm sorry for cutting you off.
Mhm.
I thought that in most countries where you could have several wives, it's if you can take care of them, not just because you like
Exactly.
a bunch of chicks and you want to marry them all. But America is a place where you have one wife. We want a whole different thing, but in most places, many of them have several wives. But you have to be able to
Exactly.
take care of
And that's why it was the option for my grandma to work. It was never my grandma is a workaholic still. She's like, I'm bored. My other grandmas, I think 5 of them still don't have a job. They've never had a job
them.
because they didn't have to. My grandpa's dead and he still takes care of them. So what is Cody doing?
No.
So let me
What's
ask
Cody
you a
doing?
question. So your dad, did he get into the polygamous way of life?
So no, my mom actually wanted to go to the far extreme of marrying a pastor's son. Who in no way wanted to live that way. And I was like, pastor's kids be the worst, Patricia. Yeah,
Sometimes they do.
my dad was the example of that. And no. So my mom decided that she didn't want to be that. Actually none of my uncles and aunts are polygamous at all.
So it was just your grandfather and your great grandfather.
That was and his father too. I think my grandfather has 18 grandmothers from what I remember. Yeah.
Wow.
I have a
Would
huge
you
family.
We
get
got
in
a
it?
big family, but damn.
Margot, would you get in it?
I would not, only because one, no one can afford me.
And she's telling the
Right.
truth.
Claim
No
it.
one can afford her.
Oh.
Okay. She's a daddy's girl. She's really a
I
daddy girl.
Mhm.
I'm a daddy and I'm a mommy's girl. So who gonna pay for me? Who is going to pay for it? No one is.
I know your
Especially
brother is
in
so
my age,
handsome.
no one.
So
And I'm African. If you can
yeah.
pay my dowry, you can try to date me. But most people can. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
So is your brother thinking about polygamy? Because I saw
He
your
does not
brother.
want to. Actually,
He does.
surprisingly, when I watch the show, Logan reminds me of the oldest son. Reminds me of my little brother. Very much. He just turned 22 yesterday. He's
Oh,
very
happy
mature.
belated
Happy birthday.
birthday.
He's turned 20. Yeah, and I was so excited. But he's very mature, and he's very much so like, I want one wife. I want kids. That's all I want. And a lot of my all of my siblings. It's 3 girls, 1 boy. But all of my cousins, all 1,000,000 of us, were kind of on the same stance of that, of like, we just want one person, because it's a lot. My grandmothers lived at least 30, 45 minutes from each other, and there was 7. So
But you all get along, and there wasn't Now, did your grandpa have a favorite wife?
So I wouldn't say favorite, but his first wife was definitely like the love of his life. I think he had different loves for everyone. Like my grandma and him were super playful. They were just like best friends, right? But then like
Okay.
my biological grandma but like my other grandmas, he had different not personalities, but he was different with each of them. And that's what Robin's missing. But also there's only one of my grandmas that all of my uncles and aunts included her, like no one ever liked her. She
There's always one.
There's always one, but she reminded me of Robin. She was the youngest. No one liked her. She didn't have any kids though, and she didn't want to watch anyone's kids and or anything like that. Mind you, my grandfather had one big house for all his kids and himself. So all the
So wait a
moms
minute.
would
So the kids lived with your grandpa, and the wives, he bought them their own properties.
Yes. And what would happen is after they'd come back from, like, so my mom and everyone went to boarding school. So they'd come back, they'd spend a week at my grandpa's house. and then go to their mom's house. So they were always together, essentially. So when I look at Robin, I'm like, you have no idea what you're even doing, do you? I want to teach Robin how to do this because I don't even want to do this, but you're doing it wrong.
So Robin Snuggle Bunny is asking you, did all the wives get along?
No, my grandmother fought a lot of people. Not the point, but
The grandma was about that life.
You sound like my mother. She look, and my daddy wasn't a polygamist, but my
no, but my grandma, it was on site. She would go to the grocery store. It was on site. I was like, Grandma. I look at Christine and Janelle. My grandmother had like 2 of the wives that were her favorite, like her best friends, essentially. My grandma also got married at 17. She was a child, essentially.
Yeah,
my grandpa was like more than twice her age. And it was legal. It's legal in Ghana. And so I was, my grandmother had to kind of cling to whoever was there. And she clung to some people, and those are her homegirls still. To this day, they go on vacation. When I saw you on vacation, I was like, my grandma need to be here because she's going to do the Bacardi and be crazy.
Okay, thank you, Stacey. So all of this I was about to say, this cannot be here. So this happened in Guyana.
It happened in Ghana, West Africa.
Ghana.
And also, my grandpa was very specific in who he married. All of his wives were mixed race with their father or mother coming from that country. My grandfather on my great-grandfather, my mom's side, is from Jordan, and he had oil rights. But like his first wife was from Germany. My grandpa used to he owned the first strip club in Africa. I know. Don't judge me one day. Okay, not all but it was during the revolution time, so there was not a lot of alcohol coming through, but he had alcohol and tobacco. Why? Because his first wife got the beer, all of this stuff. All of his wives had a purpose. He didn't just marry them out of nowhere. It was like they had reasoning, which kind of sounds horrible, but
no, it doesn't. Everybody served a purpose, and that's what you're here for. You are to serve a purpose, and he married them. They knew what their purpose was. Hey, I need you to get this. I need you to be able to do. And he had to pay a dowry for all these women, didn't he?
All of them. Yes. I mean, I'm an Ashanti, which I'm a Khan. So I know I have a dowry. I don't know about the other ones who aren't a Khan, but 4 of the 7 wives I know are a Khan, like me. Which Khan could be like my dad's a Fanti, all the different tribes and whatnot. But I know for at least 4 of them. And my grandma was 17, spring chicken, young woman. No, you paid out your boots for
her.
Yeah, you did. And she was the youngest girl, and I was like, you paid out I'm the youngest girl of my family, and I was like, when I got married, paid out the boots. And I'm born in the States. Imagine being born then and being younger. I was like, you got paid out the boots. But also the point about Cody, you're not autonomous in your marriage. You can't say I'm spending all this time at Robin's. If quarantine were to happen, and even I asked my mom and my dad, and my parents were like, just everyone we can go to South Africa and just like buckle down there. And I was like, I have a dog. I had 2 dogs at that time. And I was like, I cannot just leave here. It's not going to happen. But I was imagining my grandpa actually watching the Robin stuff and with Cody and sister wives. And I was like, there's no way my grandpa would even let one of his children not see him. There's no way. He had 21 kids and knew all of their birthdays and our birthdays. I do on my Instagram. The picture I have of my little brother, I have my sister's wearing blue. She's wearing pink. I'm wearing yellow. Those are all of our favorite colors. My grandpa got that stone for us, and I'm his grandchild. Cody is talking ish. He's lying. You put in the effort. That's all you have to do.
The effort in though. He hasn't.
He is not. My grandpa had 21 kids. You have 18. Get yourself together. Get yourself together.
And I would just imagine that any man that was in that, into that type of lifestyle, he would automatically be also like what is it called? The men who they believe in spreading their seed and just multiplying. Like, I would just believe you'd believe that and you'd be better for all these children. That's why you're trying to keep them together so you can have family.
Exactly.
They have each other. That's on like Cody's age.
But
I can't imagine my life without my family. And so Cody acting like this actually I actually started crying one episode. I was like, why is he acting like this? I was like, I can't imagine my life without my family. My normal Thanksgiving are 50 people deep.
Yeah, and so you lived this life, and you know, like when Christine was moving, and that scene bothered the hell out of me. She's moving, they all get together, but Robin has herself and her kids segregated, even though they're outside. Cody's acting like the true bitch he really is. Come on, let's go, because I'm ready to go. And everybody is not a group. It was so uncomfortable to watch. I can only imagine standing out there and being there with the way it was so tense. It was disgusting to me. Why were you there to say goodbye if you really didn't? You know, it was just for the cameras for me, because they didn't care.
They didn't care. But do you also realize the emotional reaction that Robin's kids didn't have versus everyone else's kids?
Yep.
I saw that and it was like, how can you? I can't look at even my most distant cousin and feel non-emotional. You aren't even connected to your siblings, and they're supposed to be your siblings.
No, and Robin is the cause of that separation. Do you think that Robin is the cause of that separation, or is it Robin and Cody?
I think Robin is one. I think that Christine was right. Cody found his soulmate with Robin. I think that Cody is actually the catalyst. I know this is gonna sound weird. At first, don't get me wrong, I'm mad at Robin and her division mark looking eyebrows. I'm mad. I don't care. I'm mad. But Cody did something to me that I didn't like, which is when he kept saying, I'm not making me divorcing Mary a big deal and marrying Rob. It was a whole episode and a half.
Thank you.
And there was no legal reason for you to do that. Robin kid's father who's also related to Cody. That's Cody's like second cousin. He had already relinquished his parental rights. So why did you did it because you wanted to marry that girl? Because that was your soulmate. I think that Robin and Cody had a lot of pillow talk. I think that Robin and Cody have no idea how a community of a family works, because even if you don't know how to deal with polygamy, I'm not expecting any partner I will ever have in the future to ever understand how I grew up. I'm not expecting, but there's an idea that there's an understanding. But I think that Robin knew how you with your man for 10 plus years if you don't know how to get him another wife. Are you serious? They had pillow talk, and that pillow talk exerted onto everything else. Because Cody keeps saying she's an empath. Empath of these nuts. I'm sorry. No, she's not.
I think that it's not Robin's fault. It's all Cody's fault. But I think that Robin was like the straw that broke the camel's back. Like, I think that she was just the last thing I'm gonna take. You know, he's already Cody, but I'm not gonna keep sitting here and watching her have what I should have. You know.
But the thing is, Debbie says that she feels that Robin got him whipped because she gave him anal, and the other wives wouldn't do it.
No.
Nice sprung.
I'm not gonna lie. I was watching an episode. I was like, "What that mouth do, Robin? Huh?
What that mouth do?"
So she is doing things that the other women wouldn't do. So that's why Cody spent all that time over there. He doesn't want to shower at Mary's house. He don't want to stay at Christine's anymore. He don't want nothing to do with Janelle. He just want to be over there because Debbie said he's getting anal.
You guys are the worst. But you know what? You know what? Actually, that mouth might be doing nothing because Robin be pouting with that, but it might, she might be right. She might be right. She might be right because I'm like, you got 3 wives, you got 3 women on you. Mary would have given him, though. I'm gonna be honest. Mary would have given him anything. Put it in my ear. She wouldn't have cared.
She never did anything for Cody, but the thing, and Christy, welcome. The thing is that when he found out, his ego got hurt when Mary was talking online to supposedly a man when it turned out to be a woman. Cody's ego was bruised. Okay, he said never forgive her for that.
I want to ask you this, Heidi. Do you think, and beautiful co-host, I'm just gonna call you gorgeous, beautiful co-host. That's your name to me. I saw you. I was like, oh my god. But Heidi, also Heidi, you're gorgeous as well. But I just.
No, I'm not worried about that. You told me I was gorgeous in person, so I don't care about that.
I know, but Heidi, you know, I think you're gorgeous. But she popped up random, and I was like, "This ain't Heidi's live." What?
But I did the Danny takeover for a minute. I said, "Where's Heidi?" Okay, I'm taking over.
I have a question for you both and the chat as well. Do you think that if Mary had been talking to a man and not a woman, and it was not televised, is the second part, do you think she would have gone?
Yes.
Yes. Quickly.
Really?
Quickly. She was looking for a way out. I think the part is, a part of me think she started realizing it was a woman to begin with. I don't think she was caught off guard the way she acts like she was caught off guard. You can't have those conversations and not slip up some type of way. You know what I mean?
And Heidi, you know, as a woman who loves me some woman, you know this. I there's no, in my head, I was like, remember the story when she was like in the car with her and she was saying some crazy stuff and then she kept talking to this man. I was like, at that point, you didn't know?
Yep. She knew. I'm telling you, there's a part of me that believes as long as they have been talking, and you know, people, you talk to somebody long enough, you slip up. That's why this shit on 90 Day pisses me off, okay? Because you know they be slipping up.
Oh.
You knew it was a woman. I think Mary is in love with her friend Jen. Who helped that in. I really do.
I believe it.
I believe it.
As a woman who loves women, I believe it and I know it. And I was like, why don't y'all just be happy in the corner by yourselves? Like, because Mary does tomato community with me. Like, what you doing now? Come on, girl.
Yep. So I want to ask you, pay attention. The last 4 seasons, she's got more and more butch. Or am I crazy? The last 4 seasons, she's got more and more butch.
Yes.
No, 1,000%. If you look at her in the first season with her long hair, her real flirtatious look,
yeah, she tried to, you know, lady like
that's her whole husband. She's playing it.
Yeah, seeing that, and so that's why I'm sitting there going, you know, she was upset when Mariah came out, and Mary was upset, and I'm like, she was probably upset because this is something she wanted herself.
She wants to do it, she can't do.
Know,
she's
and
trapped.
she can't do it
because she was a little too upset for me.
I'll bring a different perspective. My parents have always known about that. I love women. They've always known this, right? My mom's whole thing was like, you are already a Black woman. In Mary's mind, you're already on TV with a polygamous family. And my mom's whole thing was like, I just don't want you to have to deal with the worst in the world. And my godfather is a little drag queen. And so my mother already knows this. I think that Mary's reaction, the only reason I can somehow agree with Mary is only in her reaction is because my parents were like, I just don't want you to go through more stuff. They were like, I don't want you to hide anything, but it's like, girl, you grown now.
Yeah.
And just from the outside looking in, it's like if you're in this type of relationship, you teach one to love. And then you teaching people they should love you for who you are, not judge you for the situation you're in. So it's kind of like half a dozen one way, half a dozen the other. Like you should not, unless your kid coming home marrying an animal, you should really.
Now we got
like,
problems,
it's open love. Like that's what it must be.
And I do believe love is love, and I've always said that. But you know, it's so when
and your parents should be able to see that.
Yeah. So when I worked in DC. You know, I worked with a lot of professional Black men that were gay, but you didn't know they were gay. You know what I mean? You knew they were gay, but on looking at them, you don't know they're gay. When I went to Houston for a visit, and they're walking down the street, they're switching and snapping. And I was like, and my mouth is open. My sister was like, what, you've never seen a gay? I said, it's not that I've never seen a gay man. I said, I hang with a lot of gay men. I just never seen them be as you know, and this guy, one guy was saying something, but his ovaries were hurting. Girl, I dropped my soda. I said, what? I said, what? And my sister was like, shut up. I was like, what? So seriously, when you're used to working with different types of people and then you see them out here and, you know, they're out there and they want you to know it and they're snapping. My mouth was just open and my sister was surprised. And I was like, and that's when she told me that she was bisexual. I said, I don't have a problem with that. I said, I've just never witnessed this. And I lived on the East Coast.
And on the East Coast is the best coast for gay people. I know that. I know that. But my question to you, Heidi, also, when you were looking at them, you also probably looked at the other people looking at them for a second.
Yes.
You were like, yeah. And that's, if you think of and you're a parent, and I don't know if this gorgeous woman over there is a parent as well, but
yes, yes, sons, yes.
You look at the people who surround your child, right?
Yep.
Even as they grow. And it's a moment of like, and that's why I never felt anger towards marrying, because I was like, the one time I was like, she was like, I want to have kids. I was like, girl, I have babies tomorrow. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I have baby in literally 15 minutes. What you talking about here? What are you talking about, ma'am? No, we can have children. Yes. The lettuce tomato community can have children as well. Thank you. I love you, but you're the worst.
Yes, they can. But I'm just like, but Margot, I did not know. And in all of our conversations, I did not know. I knew but your dad, you know, and I knew that you came from a well-off family. I knew about that. I did not know you came from a polygamous background. I didn't know.
From my mom's side, I'm 100% my mom's side. Yeah, that's not my story as a person, but that is a big part of why I'm so family oriented. I am all of my little brother's birthday. If my dog didn't pass away, I'd be in Maryland or North Carolina with him. I am so family oriented because you grew up around a million people.
I knew you flew to see him for one birthday. You were there with him. Was that 2 years ago?
It was 2 years ago. Yeah.
You were in Maryland. I went to Maryland. Yeah.
Yep. I was back in. I'm from the DMV, proud and strong. But you know, he a grown man. He had a whole mustache and beard. I was like, not a beard. Not of it. He said, "Hey, Margot." I was like, "Oh, who is that?"
Who's this grown up?
I was like, "Oh my goodness."
I'm telling you, because when my grandson called me one day, he went, "Hi, Grandma." I said, "Who the hell is this?" I was like, "Oh no, that voice didn't change. It went from a squeak to that." I was like, "Oh no, man!" For less than 3 months.
Y'all might know, but I'm like 6 foot. I'm very tall. You've seen me in person. I'm very tall. My little brother, my head touches his middle of his chest.
Oh wow!
And I was like, how? Granted, my grandfather's family was like 7 foot plus, but I was like, this not my little brother, not him being taller than me.
He's your little big brother now. He's your little big brother. But all right, so I'm gonna finish listening to this clip, and I want y'all to give me your opinion on this. So let's finish listening to this. Hold on, we only have a few to go. I love that name, the Teflon Queen. Hi, Arthur.
Yeah, but I didn't know it meant liar.
There you go. She wasn't going to turn her boys out in the middle of a pandemic. And that's what he said. And he said it over and over and over again. Hi, Arthur. So what did you think about that? Because when she told him to shut the F up, and he tried to turn everything on her. And then he says that, and when she says that he and Robin are the epitome of truth tellers. I was like,
I said, yeah, right. That's a lie from the pits of hell.
she had enough of him. She did.
Told him to STFU, but you know what? She could have said a lot worse.
She
Because
could've.
all of
wait
us
a
were
minute.
saying a lot worse. We would have said I would have cursed that man out from his permed hair to his down to his socks.
I
How
would have freed years of holding it in.
Exactly.
Hold on, let me ask y'all something. Did y'all hear that? Because Breezy didn't hear it.
Well,
I heard on my phone.
The clip I was playing.
yeah, I was hearing it, then my thing froze, and then y'all came back in. But I froze.
Oh, okay. All right, Breezy. Yeah, so I'm sorry. She said, are we supposed to be hearing something? I was playing it and I knew I heard it coming through. Okay.
Yeah, we were all on we were all off mic too, just to make sure everyone can hear it. I'm so sorry if the person didn't hear it, but I would have cursed him out. If you told me to I gave birth to a
Years of
child.
holding it back, I would have let go on him. I promise you.
Even the point of giving birth to a child, you have the nerve because you be over there at question marks eyebrows house to tell me to leave my children out in the cold during you lost your mind. He would.
So I want to ask you something. So when Cody speaks of, I want y'all to pay attention. He speaks of Janelle's kids, Christine's kids.
He doesn't say his kids.
He never says Robin. He says, no, he says our kids. No, one time he did say Robin's kids, but he never says our kids until yesterday. Well, until that live yesterday, he said our children. Other than that, it's Christine's kids, it's Janelle's kids, Robin's kids. And then when he says, I have a home that they can come. No, you don't have a home. You have a home that 3 women help you and Robin get. And now Janelle's going to be out in the cold if you guys get divorced. Because where does she says she's 50 years old and she has nothing. He's invested everything in that family. That's fucked up.
And it's almost like that forces her to have to stay. To have something. I'm like, this is sad on all awakenings of watching it. That's why I had to stop it for a while on the show. Because I'm like, his idea of showing it, if this is like, just like Marco said, I used to watch that show sometimes and think, if this explains these kind of relationships, they terrible. This don't seem like happiness. It seems like these people are miserable, lonely still.
But
and I'm surprised they're not dating each other.
They Mary. I'm sorry. Anyway,
Mary was hitting some of them.
I was like Mary.
I think Cody's trying to groom Robin's daughter. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stick with that.
No,
I think
that is a weird relationship. But I want to touch on what your original question was, but about the kids.
Okay.
My oldest sister, I did not realize was biologically not my dad's kid until I was 13, because it was our kids. It was our home. I only found out because the parents got divorced. That's because that's a family. Cody is single-handedly separating his children.
Thank you.
Why I can say that? 1, I did come from a polygamous background, but 2, I had normalized. Sorry, my friend. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Go ahead.
I had normalized family that looked like everybody else's family.
It was just
we were well off at the time, but I never even knew. I would literally people would be like, "Who does your dad look like most?" My older sister. That's a family, and Cody did wrong by his kids who are biologically his. And I will always be upset. And if I saw him in person, I'd call him out on that too. Heidi, I never told you. I actually met the sister wives.
You never told me that.
I met them. I did a forum for children from polygamy and families from polygamy. I did that.
Okay.
And I met them. And when they were all still married, and I told Cody that the one thing that I appreciated about him at that time, I was 18. I'm now 29. Okay, so it's 11 years ago, not 11 years, whatever years ago it was. And I told him, I appreciate the fact that everyone is your family. That you accepted Robin's kids. And now I'm eating my word. I'm eating crow. Because you have shown me your ass. And I will never let you forget that.
But that's how it looked back then. Like he was doing it the right way.
And that's what it looked like. He was, especially at Christmas. But if you pay attention, go back to all these Christmases. He was always holding one of Robin's kids. He was always Robin's kids. I had to go back and watch a couple of but 6 seasons ago. No, 4 seasons ago. I went back. Robin's kids. They were always surrounded by, and then that one season when that girl had that panic attack and he just picked her big ass up and carried. I said, get the fuck out of here. What am I missing? But you couldn't be there for your biological daughter.
Right. And they have to watch this too.
And as a community of Nines a Day and Sister Wives watchers, let's not forget that he was making it with Robin in the back while Christine was giving birth to Truly. Let's not forget that fact.
Yep.
How dare you? How dare you?
He said that he feel that the wives. Hi, Colin. He says that the wives. He feels that they're how did he said colluding against him. I'm like, no, they're not. They're seeing what a piece of shit you really are. They're waking up. They're not taking your emotional and manipulative abuses anymore, and they're getting the fuck away from you.
It's almost like they
Mary said that's not the right term. Colluding. He needs to stop. These kids, especially his sons, Garrison has told him over and over again.
Right? He didn't just start saying it.
Yep. And then he says that everybody's blaming Christine. You are the one that put Christine in the middle of this shit because Christine feels that, she's never tried to reach out to these kids. She's never had Truly over when, or Christine's daughter, not Christine, Janelle's daughter, when they moved into that camper, she never invited that young girl to the house. You don't even have a space for Truly to sleep when she comes to visit you.
Cody acts like he's the only man on God's green earth to be left.
Yep.
That is a shame.
Janelle said it best. He makes you want to be the one to leave because he's not going to do it. But he been checked out.
And then she left, and now you're upset. Why?
Now you're upset.
Christine's nicer to me. I'm like, cry quietly to yourself. You seem stupid right now, and your hairline's not getting any better, mister.
I think he's jealous of the fact that Janelle and Christine has this bond that nobody felt with Robin. They tried. Mary even tried when Mary couldn't stand. No, Mary used to love Robin, but they tried to. Yeah, but they tried, and Robin is standoffish. So now, he's sitting there going, Robin, those kids can speak for themselves. No one is going to tell these kids who they can and can. These are adults. They see for themselves. They've been.
But think about this. You do a lot of true crime, right? Robin is standoffish. She's almost giving me Munchausen emotionally by proxy.
Right.
The panic attack, the necessity for Cody to be there. It's like she doesn't know how to be by herself, and neither will her kids. And when you watch the episode with the ear piercing, I went to Christian school. I just told y'all my grandfather was a reverend. He went to school for Christian, whatever the hell he did. I wanted K-12 of my life. I've been to private Christian school. My parents refused for me to do that ceremony where you get your ring on for your chastity ceremony. Why? Because it sounds like what Cody was talking about. That is weird. That means that Robin is. It's giving me Munchausen emotional abuse by proxy. It is, and I was like, and you can use that so well. You can use that so well because they have no church to go to. They have nothing to fall back on where someone can call them out on their ish.
Okay, so what do you think about Cody's relationship with Robin's daughter? Well, his legal daughter name. Maybe I'm just not as maybe I have to watch it more, but I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that I can't see what you're seeing yet, but I do see the unhealthy relationship. Okay.
I think he has an unhealthy relationship with all of Robin's kids. There is no way. My parents would travel for work. There's no way I can't go 3 days without seeing my dad or my mom. That's impossible. That is insane. That is not well for an adult child.
Yeah, and Janelle said he was gone for 4 to 5 months. And that He shut up. He goes, I was not, you're a lie. And she goes, well, it's not 5'4".
Right. Well, she
Right.
didn't say one.
My
But what
bad.
I'll say about his relationship with Robin's kids,
Mhm.
I do see where it's inappropriate. I do see where it could cause problem with the other children, but I could see where you could say maybe he's grooming her, because when I think of all the years of watching him, I don't feel like you were all that for your kids like that.
Nope.
That's the
But
weird part
no,
for me, where it's like,
but wasn't he more of like that with his younger children who were girls?
yeah, the younger was
Yes.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
Yes,
started
he was.
watching it again from the beginning again. As an adult, to rewatch this, I was like, you real involved in your baby's life versus your Logan
friend.
was the parent.
Mhm.
Was it- you know, you'd be like, oh.
But Robin's daughter doesn't seem like she's her age, though, to me.
No, you're right. You're right. She's very immature for her age. She's very
Yeah.
immature.
Very
And
immature.
the son lives on the camper outside the house or something,
Mhm.
right?
No, the son had moved in with his dad.
He
Oh.
was living outside in that camper.
Oh.
Yeah, he left.
I
He doesn't
know
live in that
that.
camper. He went to
You're
live with
alive,
his dad.
girl.
He
What?
wants nothing to do with her anymore. He went to live with his dad.
Oh wow.
I thought that. So I also heard not a rumor. I don't know if you guys know. There's like a whole like Mormon YouTube area. It's
Yes,
crazy.
there's
over
Mormon
I
YouTube
believe
out
it.
there.
No, it is crazy. It is lit. I was over here like watching stuff like y'all crazy, but their kid's dad popped up in a video when they had a barbecue, and someone in the comments said, "That's at Cody Brown's kids." So I went down a little rabbit hole, and I found out a lot. Cody's dad, and this is legal. You can find it on legal. It's accessible for everybody, by the way. Okay.
Okay.
He never actually gave up parent like guardianship rights. He was
But
fighting.
that's what they were trying to say, that he
Hmm.
didn't.
He did not. It's
Oh,
I will
wow.
Heidi, I'll send it to you when I got it in my laptop, and I'm on my phone right now. My laptop will send it to you. He did not. He did not want to pay Robin spousal support.
Okay.
And that's why she was pushing for the kids to be done with, which means no child support or whatever. And then I literally, it doesn't make sense in my brain, because I was like, legally, I would have just kept pushing for legal stuff, right? But then all your stuff would come out. Everyone forgets that Robin's ex-husband is Cody's cousin. And I'm like, legally, PR-wise, I would be like, that sounds like a mess. It sounds like a mess.
So you mean to
But I
tell me
mean-
that Cody didn't adopt these kids?
No, he's adopted. But
Okay.
Robin's husband never gave up his parental rights.
So
Well,
how
she
did
can't-
he adopt
How
them?
did he adopt him?
He adopted them because Robin said, if you get rid of the spousal support, I will let you, I need you to get rid of that. I will get rid of the spousal support. I will get rid of the spouse of what you pay me per month. And for what I know, Robin was in debt of some sort.
Yeah, she was in a lot of
I'm
debt.
still looking through it. Heidi, I will send you everything. And
Send me
Danny,
everything.
Delicious Danny, I will send you.
That sounded like the name Terry Lynn had put on my name that day. But yeah,
But
I
yeah,
believe
Robin
it.
was in
Danny does have her
debt.
own channel too.
She was
So
in
it's
debt.
called
And that
all
was-
of. It's called
that
all
would
of
make
me.
him liable for her debt after marriage. And so she said, if you give him the right and the rights to adopt him,
Mhm.
you don't got to pay that. Which is why everyone keeps just like skipping around this thing of like all of the wives paying for Robin's debt. And I'm like, she was in like 60K worth. She was in like college worth of debt.
Yep. And then they had to find her a place to stay. She had, yep, those women took care.
Mhm.
Cody didn't take care of her. Right. Those women did.
Cody couldn't take care of his own hairline. You take care of his
No,
own.
he can't. He can't. Yeah, he doesn't see he hurting them kids. He don't see his own kids are hurting right in his face. He doesn't see any of that.
No, he does not.
Cody.
He does not.
He's
So
put
I'm
his
just
damaged goods out there.
He is
Margo, you
damaged
gotta
good.
send me that.
Because he
You gotta
damaged goods.
send me that.
Oh, nasty man. I'm sorry, my dog is doing the most. My other dog, I have two
Okay.
dogs. I have two dogs. She's doing
But
the
I'm
most after
sorry
the
to
other
hear
one
that
died.
your other dog passed away because I know you guys were flooding at one time, right?
Yeah, she passed away right during the flooding. And so
Oh,
imagine I had to literally call, I had to call my partner's friend to come get us because we could not get out of the house because it was flooding. And I was like, she's not breathing. And so my other dog is being a little crazy today. Zozo, get it together.
and that was the first time it had flooded like that in a long time, right? Well,
Yeah, it
forever.
flooded. Yeah, my first year in Vegas, 5 years ago, it flooded and it snowed.
Mhm.
And I was like, but this was no, there was cars stopped in the middle of the street. There was cars stopped because it was going through their pipes in the bottom. I forgot their name, the exhaust. It,
Mhm.
Yep,
it was bad.
I saw the pictures. It was right
Oh,
before we
God.
came. I was like, dang. Like,
Right? I was like, hi, Dad, I want to see you, but like, it's also raining, so like, things don't work here when it's raining. But I do want to see you. And I saw you for that little bit of time because I was
Yeah.
like, girl, it's gonna rain, girl. Like, I gotta get home. I'm sorry. I love you to bits. I love you to bits, but I gotta get home.
Yeah, but I enjoyed seeing you, but
I
I'm
enjoyed
just
you. You were so much. I know you were a little tipsy, but you was fun. And now when you come back, me, you, and Delicious Danny, we gonna have a time.
yeah, Danny's gonna come back with me. The last time I was there, I was just there. I was there in April for a few days, then I went to Puerto Rico, and then I came in June. I came in June with Crazy Cat Mama, Lauren.
No, you gotta have a Margot trip. You gotta have a Margot trip just for
I'm gonna
me.
have a Margot trip where I'm coming to hang out with Margot. And
Yes, me and you.
yes,
In me and you. I saw it when the little baby hung out for. I was like, me and Heidi can cause some trouble. I was like, give me her too many shots. It's over for the city of Vegas. Right? I don't know how. I was like, I went out for you, just for you. And I was like, no, we gonna cause some issues.
girl.
And now
Margot, this
Delicious
last time-
Danny gonna come through.
No, the last time I was there, girl, I went to RuPaul's Drag Race. Then I went to brunch.
girl.
Yes. Then we went to brunch.
And you didn't
brunch
even
with
call me one time.
Ivy.
You didn't call me
Yeah.
one time or
I was
DM
on
me.
the move the whole time,
I'm
Margot.
always-
Seriously.
I
I was
She said the whole time.
the whole time this
one
last
time
trip.
She called
I
me
was
down
on
there
the
one
move.
time. Not
I
you're
was
not from the
on the move.
DMV. No, come on, don't do that. Don't do
Okay,
that.
and let me tell you, and Dorit picked me up around Dorit picked me up around 6:00 and she dropped me off the next morning at 5:35 in the
Wait,
morning.
the reason the house?
Sound like Vegas.
We
Sound like
went-
Vegas.
We went from casino to casino, from bar to bar.
And you didn't tell me
Damn
one
good
time. No, Heidi, you're making it worse. You're making it worse,
know.
Mama. You're making it worse. Because I was here. Well, in April, I actually was not here, but I could have been here. Okay?
I'm telling you,
Don't
I
do
mean,
that again. Not again. You come to Nevada, you call me.
I will.
every
I'm
time.
coming in either October or December. I'm thinking about October
is a
because
no. I'll be on.
Cat's
I'm in
coming.
the Rockland.
No,
But
I'm
you're
gonna let
you're
you- I'm gonna let you know.
you're in Washington, right?
Yep, I'm gonna let you know when I'm coming. I promise.
No,
My
but
next
you're
trip,
in
you're gonna
Washington,
know
right?
in advance. Yeah,
Wait,
I'm
are you in
South
Washington?
Bend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be in Washington again. I used to live there, for like a few weeks.
Only that.
I will.
Let me
And
know.
I'm
but I'm telling you when I'm
like
coming next
you.
time,
I'll
I'll
call
let you know.
you. I'll call you.
Say I call when I'm in town.
And Danny, wherever you're at, I'm coming to wherever you at.
Dennis in Chicago.
I'm in Chicago.
That's
Yeah,
even
I'll
better.
let you.
My oldest sister is in Illinois. I'm gonna find you, and we all come together. Y'all, I love talking to y'all. By the way, y'all are
I
amazing.
enjoy talking to you, Margot. You are a beautiful, beautiful soul. And you met, wait a minute. Did you meet
I met
Mims that
Kaylin.
trip? Yeah, you met Mims that trip, didn't you?
I met my Mim. When she passed away, I was literally like, oh my goodness. She was the
Yeah.
before you. She gave me a hug first, and she
Yes,
was
she
like,
did.
oh my gosh, I know you from Sherelle's Lives, and I was like, hi. I was
Yes,
like,
she
oh my
did.
god. And she was like, I feel like I'm meeting someone important. I was like, I am important, but like not for this reason. But like, yeah. Thank you. And she just gave me a big old hug.
Yeah, she
And she
knocked
gave
me out the way.
Yes, she did. She did. She was the first person to be like, I've been wanting to meet you so bad. And I remember when I found out about her passing away, I was like, that don't make no sense. The what the hell? No, not the girl I met, not the woman I met, not my auntie. What are you talking about? Nah.
Yep.
But I do want to give out my condolences, like on live. I'm sorry I cannot be on video. I legit have puffy eyes. I am not a normal.
Okay, sweetie. I'm tired too, but she had her birthday was a couple of Sundays back, and it was a hard day.
Really? I didn't even know that. Happy birthday! Because when you hugged me, I believe that I'm intuitive as a person, and I felt the warmth of her.
And yes, you did. Yes, you did.
She was
yes,
so sweet. She was so kind. She even bought me the drink. Do you remember that? She bought me the drink. I was like, I need a drink. And she goes, I'll get it for you. And I was like, what? And then she asked, I was like, I need
drinks are free.
Yeah, and I was like, that's what I told her. I was like, baby girl, drinks are free. How are you feeling? It's free. It's free right now. She was like, no, I got it for you. She was so insanely kind. And she was so loved, lovable, kind. I met Terry Lynn. I remember my first thing with Terry Lynn. I said, so why you like John Yates? She was like, how do you like that man? And she was like, girl. And I was like, tell me how.
Yeah,
and I was so cool. And I was like, tell me how now. And she was like, I'm sorry. And I was like,
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Terry Lynn was like, I know her, don't I? I said, yeah, you do. That's Margo. She's still Sherelle's.
Yeah. Everyone knows even Sherelle's. And I'm just like, I had a YouTuber. I'm not going to call her name. She said you were only on there 5 times. And I was like, I only called in like I do now. And I'm like, I feel heated.
Yeah, I used to be up there with Perry a lot too.
But only 5 times. I've never really been live unless it's ATT yours and Sherelle's 5 times. That's it.
Yep, and
like
then
I seen you on Sherelle's and
yeah, but Margo met Tracy too.
ATT, I seen you on Perry's. But the one time you stood out to me the most when you were on Sherelle's was when they had came back on Sherelle's and they was talking about they was gonna take Monica and them down, and they went to say something about Brittany, and you said, oh, there's more to that story about the Brittany, but they cut you off, and I was like, they need to listen because she's about to drop some game because y'all
because Brittany and I are actually friends. And I was literally like, I was on live with with JY, right? I was on live with him. And I was calling him out. He's like, as a gay man, I was like, as a gay Black woman, I don't deal with half the things you're talking about, so you're lying about this. And they cut me off then too. And I was like,
she's trying to drop the truth, but nobody wanted to hear it.
I said, and then
told him, like, I could give you her number and you could talk to her. And you'll see it's a little different, but nobody. That's when I learned back through that situation that some of the stuff just be what people want out there, you know?
Because Brittany is not that bad of a person. She's just like me, but maybe she didn't get out of like bottle service life before I did. And I'm like, yo, like I marriage and dogs. Like I'm like, don't do that to her. You're doing
Margo knows a lot of people, but when she met Tracy, I remember that picture the two of you took, and that was just truly.
Yeah, but then people don't know that Tracy and I used to actually like be on the phone, and we would actually like hang out with each other. And I would make her food when she wasn't eating, and when she was, I don't know a lot about addiction, but my partner does, and so I kind of had to learn how to like treat her. And so when she died, and all of people were just everyone was doing the most, and I was like, this person deserves better than this.
Yep, she did, and I gave her my condolences. I spoke to her brother.
No, you were so respectful, Heidi.
I left it at that. Yep, I'm not going to do that to her because she and I used to talk. I remember when I told her I was coming to Vegas that time, and she wasn't,
Mhm.
and she really, that's when she was pregnant, and she didn't want me to see her because no one knew. She
I
was,
knew. I actually
you knew,
I
but no
actually
one
rubbed her
else knew.
belly,
Yep.
and
And
I got her a doula.
yep. And then when I talked to, I think I talked to Lily, and I was telling her that, you know, I wanted to come because when I came, I was going to take her shopping and go do some other things. And I kept trying to get a hold of her, kept trying to call her. And she knew I was coming. And that's when I saw her that day on her live. I said, oh my God, I understand now. She didn't want anyone to know because I told her, she was all excited. And either that or she was using again, didn't want me to see her like that. I don't know. But I just, you know, it was just, I really wanted to see her. And, you know,
Heidi, I'm
just
gonna say that if you
do
feel
things
any
with her.
regret about that, she was not using when she had her baby. Her baby came out clean, blood test wise. Okay,
Good.
like she did, and I got it. Just
I don't know
yeah.
why people were saying all those things. I really, really don't. It was
No, I don't
disgusting.
know, and that's why I
No,
was off
they
TV
weren't
for so
there.
long. I was like, I'm not doing
Yep,
this.
they weren't
Y'all being
there.
crazy. Y'all being
So,
crazy. And I met her randomly. By the way, I met her randomly. I was going to
yep,
Target. She was leaving
yep.
Target. I was like, hey, oh my God, I know who you are. And she went, oh my God, I know who you are too. And I was like, no, you don't. And she was like, no, I don't. I was like, okay, picture. And she was
That's her. But she's
on TV. Don't be better stop. I would never be on TV, but here's a picture, and
but
I think that you did one of the most respectful posts about her passing. I thank
well,
you for
thank
that.
you. I appreciate. I tried. Look, I
Yeah,
tried.
because my
And
heart hurt. She was such a kind soul.
yeah, I didn't do all of those back and this is what we found out. No, I gave her my tribute, and that was it.
Thank you.
You know, let that lady rest in peace.
I never thank you for that. I'm so sorry. I've never thanked you for that. By the way, you said reality TV roundup. Can we talk about Paul for a second?
Yes, let's talk with Paul, and then I was getting ready to do 90 days anyway. Let's talk with Paul. Go ahead. Let's talk with Paul.
Y'all go first because I got a mouth.
No, let's talk with Paul because Paul not on this season. So come on, let's talk with Paul.
Hold up, let me get my water. Paul, whatever your last name is, Sale, whatever your name is,
Haley.
You know good and gosh darn everything well that you can go to an embassy. When I used to go to I lived outside the country most of my freaking high school life. From 12 to 18, I lived out the country. You can go and check in at a freaking embassy. You know, and he's saying he likes indigenous women. Why? Because you can marry indigenous when they're below 18. Nasty. Just nasty.
And he can get him to do whatever he wants.
You want to know why? The American dollar means shit now. So happy birthday.
But you know, the stunt now, if it is a hoax, like when they first said he was missing, right? After the Josh Settler situation, I was like, you know what? I need to see the body in the bag. I need to see the bag going in to the drawer in the morgue before I believe this. Okay. Because I just could not believe it. And the fact that it was posted he's missing, I'm like, okay, my first thought was, has anybody called the embassy? You know, and then I was like, he disappeared in the jungle. What do you mean he disappeared in the jungle? I was like,
right, because it was all kind of stuff. He liked to go to the jungle for a couple of days, and it was just too much. I wasn't buying it though.
Nope. And now they're saying it was a hoax. I don't know if it was a hoax or not, but his phone seems to have charges, and they don't have charges. You can go to the embassy. That stunt he pulled, and if it was a hoax, they're going to kick his ass out that country. And if they're calling this in and saying this is what happened, they're going to be in trouble because that can affect their tourism. That can affect all kinds of stuff for him doing the stupid shit. He's a guest in that country, period. He's a guest. Okay, Margaret, where are you? Did your phone die?
No, I'm right here. I'm trying to relax, genuinely because of the fact that Paul was lying about everything. And he took a canoe out to an island. You're right. My thing was like, I was actually waiting for you to post something, honestly. I I was waiting for you. I was like, Heidi gonna tell me the truth.
Serious. He wasn't worth my time because I didn't believe it. And maybe it was something in me. I just didn't believe it. And then I'm in a
but I knew you wouldn't. I knew you'd be able to. I was like, listen, I'm going through grief right now. I cannot, because normally I will go through the facts of stuff. I would even call the embassy if necessary, but I could not do it at that point. So I literally said verbally, Heidi gonna figure it out. And I went to bed. That's what I did.
I didn't believe it. I just did not believe it. And
It's weird.
No, but people were sending me messages. What if he's really missing? Well, somebody sent me something. Actually, that I hear about it.
Brazil. No, Heidi, you could have DM'd me. I have friends in Brazil. I would have been like, bet I'll call so and so and so and so, and they'll figure out where he's at.
No, I got a DM.
That's crazy of the country. It makes it seem like Brazil's a freaking jungle of nothing.
Girl, wait a minute. I was laughing.
Marini's dad was a police officer.
I said maybe he got lost because Bruno.
No, he did not get lost.
Paulo, he was doing
that man did not get lost. That man did not get lost. I am from South Africa and Ghana. That man did not get lost. I've been to Brazil. I have family and friends in Brazil and everything. No one got lost in Brazil. You're acting crazy. That man wore a condom to go swimming. He was
go up there. But my thing is, Margot, is this. Okay, when you said that, when I got the message, have you seen this? I said, Paula, no one missing. It just came too soon after the Josh situation, where Josh was supposedly dead, and then he comes back and say that his account had been hacked. And you remember when All About the Tea was hacked, it took her 4 or 5 months to get, maybe 6 months to get her account back. He got it back in 24 hours, and she had over 1 million subscribers.
How? That man was a Dairy Queen. Okay, he was fine. I don't care.
Nobody. Nobody. You were in
He was fine.
He was in people. He was everywhere. You couldn't call no one to tell them, hey, I'm not dead. My account was hacked.
He couldn't have called the embassy. Listen, every time my little brother and I had to go back to Ghana, the parents had a divorce stipulation for custody. Back to Ghana, I had to check in on the embassy with the embassy. Put in my now thumbnail, all of that. You're telling me you took a canoe. You was canoeing? You was canoeing. You were canoeing a Dairy Queen. You stupid. And he's like, well, I was in the jungle. The jungle of where? I bet you my friends could have found him in Brazil. That you were canoeing where? with these young girls, because you love the indigenous people, you nasty person. You just, I can't stand.
And that's what it is, those young girls, just like he did with Karini. He goes there and make them feel that he's this and that, but he's being yeah. He's being attacked by Karini's cousin on
Wait, what? What happened on Karini's cousin? What's Karini's cousin?
He's on OnlyFans and he's having sex with Karini's male cousin.
You're lying. Heidi, you're lying. Oh my, are you serious?
Margot, do you think I would lie to something like that, Margot?
I know you wouldn't lie to me. I know that. I'm like, oh my goodness.
That's Karini's cousin.
You can't be. What? Did anyone else know this? Because I'm over here.
Yes. So he was being packed by Karini. He's being packed by her cousin. Yes. In
the booty hole though? Like, But he was. Wait, you told me he wasn't even the top. He was the bottom.
They were doing each other. He was doing him. I did him, and Karini was making him.
So. Oh my God, child. Oh my goodness.
I can believe it.
You can't
believe it. I can about Paul. Yeah, I can believe it.
Well, explain why.
He wasn't hiding it. He was not hiding it.
Paul just comes across to me as somebody. Okay, so I never liked Paul, but at first I used to feel a little sorry for him, right?
I did. I felt sorry for him at first.
And I didn't like Karini because I'm like, she seemed almost like she might be an escort or something. I don't know. I
I
just got
thought
that
she
off
was
of
using
her.
him at first. I
Right.
really
So I'm like,
did.
she just gonna get here and leave him. But then when they both got here, I just stopped liking them both. But they
Yep.
seem when they had that OnlyFans and stuff, they just seem like they do anything on the internet and sexually. Her and him.
Y'all
So I
forget that
wouldn't be
Karina was
surprised.
pregnant on her OnlyFans too. Remember?
Yeah, she was pregnant. And do you
Mhm.
remember when he came out talking about how she had herpes and all this and
Yep.
everything? They were just,
And he
and I'm
was,
like,
I do
something
believe
going
he was
on with
kissing her
y'all
though.
with other people. Like, I think they were into some stuff together. I
Yep.
really do.
Yep.
I don't
And
feel
she
she was
said
being
that he used to
forced.
watch her. He used to want her to be with other men. For a minute, I felt
Mhm.
sorry for her, and I did. When
Mhm.
Paul was on JY's panel that night, and I was modding for him, his mother was in the chat. I was hitting Paul so hard. His mother kept telling Paul, get down, get down. I told him he was nothing but a piece of shit. He was an abuser. He was an emotional abuser who has
Yeah.
kids up at 4 o'clock in the morning, waking them up, filming. Girl, I went off on
Yeah.
Paul so bad. There was no love lost between me, Paul, nor his mother, because she kept saying I was going off in that chat. And Paul
I
I
was
did
feel
not
like,
know
sorry
you
for
did that,
her.
Heidi. I did not know. I didn't know you did that at all. That's crazy. That's amazing, by the way. Hands, if I could applaud you through like people, good for you. People forget that when Paul says I've been talking to her for 4 years on 90 Day, she was
Mhm.
16. She was a child.
Yeah.
I do not I in myself know that my grandfather was messed up for being with my grandma at that time. It is messed up. That
But
was
but
a
it's
people
different
child.
do
rules
different
in
things in
different
different
places,
countries,
right?
though.
It doesn't
Because
matter.
she
That was
wasn't
still
in
a
Ghana.
child. That was still a child. No, that's still a child.
Wait a minute. You were in Ghana. Wait a minute. Isn't that where Jim Jones was?
No, he was in
It was
Guyana.
Guyana.
Guyana. That's right. Because my
I was in Ghana.
sister.
No, in Ghana, we'll unalive a person for that stuff. But
Yeah,
when she turned 16,
my
it's
sister's
not a big
ex
deal.
lost half his family over there in Guyana with Jim Jones because they drank
Yeah,
that
no,
thing.
I'm in
Like
Ghana.
seriously, yeah.
Mhm.
It's a bad. I'm just saying, like, but Karini was a child.
Yep, she
Yeah,
You're
was.
and
asking
not
a
only was
child to
Karini
raise
a child,
children.
she
She's
looked like
you're
a
asking her to raise
child.
children.
She looked like a child. Like even when
She
she was
did.
pregnant,
Her
I
mind
would
is
be
still
watching her
childish.
sometime, and I'm like, yeah, she
She's just
right.
a
And so
baby.
when she would be childish, I'd be like, why is everybody being on her? She looked like a kid. Like she
She is
seems
a
like a kid.
kid, right?
Because she was really a kid. And so I'm like, Paul just came across to me as sick. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was in Brazil messing with younger girls because we see he
Mm-hmm.
likes younger girls. I wouldn't be surprised if he was what he's doing for money or for sexual pleasures, we should say. Because some people just, you know.
Paul
Does
came
anybody
That's
know
why
together
when
who
people
with
tell me
Martin
they're a
no.
freak,
is Brazil?
I always ask them, how deep is your
Hmm?
freaky? Because when people say they're a freak, you never know how deep that freaky go.
No, that freak. You can be a freak. You can be nasty and whatever
Mhm.
with an adult.
With an adult, with a consenting
Not
adult.
with. What is the age of consent in Brazil? I don't even know.
I think
'Cause
you
I'm
can
just
mess
over
with
here.
little kids, like
Yeah,
literally.
I'm
Like,
like sex tourism, and I'm from West and South Africa. Sex tourism is real. It is
yeah,
real.
it's
It is
very
dangerous.
real.
I think people need to understand that.
Yes.
This 90 Day Fiance stuff is cute,
Mhm.
but sex tourism is real.
Are
If
you
you're not
watching the
from
season with the girl
Mhm,
with the guy that's in South Africa? Are
mhm,
you watching the
mhm.
current season with Wayne and I forgot her
Yeah,
name?
I
Haya.
am. I am. Yeah. That's sex tourism, and I
Mhm.
literally emailed TLC, and the company I work for also emailed TLC, which is a very large company, and we're like, this is
Yeah,
sex tourism. It is
yeah,
tourism for
that's
sex.
what it is.
You do
That's
this
what
with
it is.
people you know won't happen. No one's gonna
Mhm.
care about someone who
Mhm.
looks like me going missing. Stop it.
Mhm.
But guess what? I do. So problem solved. And Heidi does, and sexy
I
as
get you.
Danny
But I'm
does.
telling you,
Yeah,
if
you gotta care.
so if Brittany ever wants to tell her side of this whole situation, tell her she's more than welcome to come on up. If
So
she wants to ever tell her side.
Heidi,
But
can
I'm
I talk
sure
about
she's moved on from that though.
no, can I talk about something important?
Yes, ma'am.
About the bottle clubbing dates. I did do bottle clubbing. I was. My
I
parents paid for
remember.
my college schooling. I remember. You remember that? Amber,
Mhm.
the case that was really public, who
Yeah.
you have thankfully not talked about because I think that you respect and love me, you
Yes,
know?
you asked me not to. I touched on it, and then you called me. Well, not called. You sent me a message, and you
I did.
told me I stepped away from it. Yes, I did. I
And,
touched on
and,
it.
and then when he got convicted, I said I was right.
Mm-hmm. You
Um,
did. And I still didn't touch it. Look, I still did. I did say he got convicted because at the time I was
mhm.
talking about Danny
No, it's
Masters.
right for you to do that.
Yeah, and I was talking with them about them and the R, and he was going, and yeah, so
Mhm.
he got convicted. And even then, I didn't go into
Mhm.
things that you told me that was going on out of respect for
I
you.
told you things that no one else even knows.
Yep, and I
And
haven't
I'm just
repeated them. See, guys, I can keep a
mhm.
secret.
She can keep a secret, you guys. I told her this years ago
Yep,
before
and I never
anything
did.
even came out. And Heidi was like, I'm gonna just keep this to myself because you told me to. But I want
Yep,
to
and you.
explain. I'm sorry, Danny. My first time seeing you on the show. I'm sorry, but
That's okay.
uh, um, yeah, yeah, I've done a civil suit, so we can talk about it now.
Okay, so go ahead.
And um, maybe I DM you.
Yeah. So when you want to talk about it, I think Danny might know who we're talking about, but because she follows all of that too.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was pretty it
But
was a big
if you
case.
recall, I had other people who wanted
Yep,
to
with
speak
other
to me
people
about
that
her,
wanted to come up and
and
tell their
I think they're
story.
ready now. I think they're ready now. Honestly,
If they want to
we're
tell
about to be 30 soon. We're ready for this.
well, if whenever you want to come, let me know and we'll do it
I'll
because
probably go
it
first.
was a big case. It was in the news. It was
Mhm.
everywhere. And Margot, she
Mhm.
definitely did tell me some stuff a couple of years back, and I never once repeated it. Even when I touched on the story, and I knew so much more about it, I just reported what was in the news. I didn't go
Mhm.
into the other
And what was in
details.
the news was exactly what happened to me, and I was like, "Yo, like, I
Yeah.
was so nervous. I saw your stuff on YouTube, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was so nervous. I was like, she gonna say something fast. Oh my
No,
gosh,
not
she
if
did.
you
And
asked me not
I
to.
was
I wouldn't
nervous.
do that. I wouldn't. If you asked
Mhm.
me not to, I wouldn't do that. I mean, I would touch around it, but other details that went in the paper, stuff like that, I didn't put any of
That
that stuff
you, but then it was
because
like you knew. I literally posted on my Instagram like everything I said was true, and you were the first one to DM me and say, "I knew you were telling the truth," and I was like,
Mhm.
"Oh my god, you're
Yeah,
amazing!
I knew. I
Like
knew you were telling the
you're
truth, and that's
amazing."
why I didn't want to do anything that was going to hurt anything that those girls were going through. And I didn't know it was you at first. You didn't tell me about you. You told me about other people, and then
Mhm.
you told me about what happened with you. But I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't, and I
Okay.
didn't. So whenever
By
you
the way,
guys are,
sexy Danny, you can be on the panel for that too. I don't mind because you just find as hell for no
Oh,
reason. But it's okay.
thank you, thank you.
but you know
Now
what?
you're flattering
Um,
me.
if you follow Danny, I'm gonna tell you who Danny's cousin is, but offline. I'll tell you who Danny's
But
cousin
DM
is.
me
I'm
that.
sure you know him too.
DM me that for sure.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah, because you guys ran in the same circle. I guarantee you ran in the
Oh,
same circle.
if you're telling me that Danny is someone I know, cousin, someone I know, we probably ran the same circle. I'm pretty sure. I mean, y'all. If I would actually sit down and actually say some stuff, even now, even with my friend, my girlfriend, y'all would be
Mm-hmm.
like, "What?" Because I'm
I
Yep.
just
know
like,
life is real out there. Like I don't know exactly what's going on with the story you're talking about, but I do know that when it comes to the like bottle girls, see, like if you go in the era versus have been the strippers, then the bottle girls, then
so
now
strippers and bottle girls are different. I
no,
did
they're
not
totally
You can
different.
put
No,
it in
no,
the
no,
private
no.
chat.
okay.
This is what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying.
mean, if you want to put
What
it in
I
the
mean
private
by
chat,
this,
now
this is what I'm
you
saying
can.
is how they were
You can put it in the
exploited,
chat. I can't write it right now. I
Okay.
can't.
how
I don't
they were
remember.
exploited, how they were exploited for their beauty and their body. So that's just my ways of looking at it. And
Mhm.
then I think like even the girls now who they come, you know how you get the pretty ones to come to the club and they bring the people out because they came and they
Mhm.
pay them. They exploit them too. So I don't
What's
know what
crazy is that
exploitation.
my career is built off of that. My
Mm,
career is built off of that. It's built off of marketing those kind of women. And now I think back and I'm like, I feel really bad. So I want to make sure their stories are heard. Even Heidi, I want to make sure it's heard on yours. And Danny, baby girl, please come there because you fine as hell. But I definitely want Heidi to be the reason because you were so respectful. When he got convicted and everything, I was like, oh my gosh.
Did you
You're so
think I was going to say anything?
I didn't know. Honestly, I got nervous. I was like, she's gonna say something.
No, I wouldn't
And I
do
was
that
like,
to
oh
you.
my goodness. I was like, if she does,
I made you a
and
promise.
happen, you
I made
know.
you a promise,
That's
and
how
I
you
didn't
learn
do it.
people's loyalty.
No,
When
and
it's tested.
Heidi,
And they
and I
show
have
it.
not been on her channel for a minute. I haven't been on anyone's channel for a minute. I haven't been
No,
online.
I haven't seen. I just saw you posting again on IG. I said, "There, my girl, go."
Yeah, I was like, let me just get back in this internet ish. But I did miss you, Heidi. I was literally like, you were, and then having to explain to my parents what happened and everything, and them having to accept that, I was like, oh my
But
goodness.
did you have to testify, Margot?
I did. I testified confidentially and
Okay.
anonymously. They did not put me on there only because of the fact that, and I'm gonna say it, afterward, there were people who genuinely were coming to my house with his first and last name because his first is not, a thing. And they were coming to my house and they were being crazy. They were coming to my dad's house. One of his houses, he has a few houses. In one of his houses, they were coming there, and I needed to make sure I was safe. So, and that's why when people like JY are acting like they're not safe, I'm like, yes, you are, because these people actually have money.
People were showing up. Yeah, they had money. Yes.
Yeah.
And you know how you know he was safe? Because he was online talking about it. Because when them real gualas and them coming for you, you can't be
Oh,
sitting
yeah, they
there
come for you for
talking
real.
about it. It's real. You're not going to be on the internet talking about it while you live. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was, and which is why I was so scared about Heidi posting it. But I was like, and part of me was like, I know she ain't gonna post this. She ain't gonna post this. I know her. She ain't gonna post this. She good. She good. But a part of me was also like, but she could also, because it's like I told you some real stuff.
Yeah, and I knew you were telling the truth, and I told you that. I knew you were telling the truth.
I have proof. You want it, and he's even apologized, and I'm just sitting here like, I really wish people would come out more with things like this. And when
what did he get? 6 or 7? Wait. How many years did he get?
I don't even know. I barely looked at it.
I'm trying to remember. Was it 10 or 7? 7? I forgot.
He has trafficking charges too. It's more than. But there are other people that people love that deserve time.
Yeah, but when you're ready and when they're ready, just let me know.
I'm ready now. But I'm not going to force anybody else.
Okay.
I don't think my family is ready. Oh my God.
Oh, okay. Well,
while we talking about this kind of stuff, whatever happened with that case with old boy that used to be on Love and Hip Hop, the one mess with Justin Bieber? He was cool with Justin Bieber, but they all mess with is it Molly? What is his name? He had a tattoo. He had.
I don't know. I don't watch Love and Hip Hop.
Escorting women all through the industry. That all these celebs. Oh my God, what is his name? And then it just disappeared. Like they just stopped talking about it. Is it Molly Mall? Man, but he was on Love and Hip Hop, and he messed with. He messed with all of them. He kind of brought them on the show. He started off messing with a girl whose parents owned the strip clubs in Vegas, Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. And he was
okay, then read the private chat. Read the private chat. Read the private chat. You see it now? Danny?
Yeah, I'm here.
You see it now?
Yeah, I do. You know, when I
Okay.
come out the chat, I always be careful because it always take myself out. So I was trying not to throw myself back out.
Okay. All
Here you
right.
go.
There you go. Look, there you go. Okay. We need to get on to 90 Day because I'm gonna have to get out of
Yes.
here. Uh, Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay.
90 day. Get to 90 day because I know they trash.
Yeah, so I'm
This
ready.
Love
So with
Island.
90 Day,
Oh my
okay.
God.
Okay, so with 90 Day, we already know that Paul's not lost. Paul was playing games, but let's get to these real psycho ass people on the show right now. We have Lord, Razvan and Amanda. So Razvan and Amanda traveled to, oh my God, I've been there before. They traveled to see his mom and his dad and his brother. He and Amanda are still not getting along. She told him, you know, she was belittling him and degrading him, and now she thinks that he's playing hard to get. No, this man is through with you. He's seen through you. So they go to visit his parents, and Margot dropped. Sorry, Margot, love you.
That's
So
how
they
my
go.
thing it went out.
So they went to Croatia. That's where they went. Damn. I was like, wait a minute. Look. So they went to Croatia to visit his family. And, you know, the dad picked up on the vibes immediately, Danny. He said something is not right. The mom is looking at her side eye. Okay. Amanda is doing everything she can to get Razvan back in his grips, in her grips. But he stated that he knows that. Well, he said he told her again he's not sure if they want to be, if he wants to be with her, if they're going to make it. So that night after they left the parents' house, of course, she always has to have sex with him after people are calling her out or after she's not getting the reception she wants. They had sex at least 4 times, and he's still not sure.
He's still not sure.
Yep, she's kissing him, holding his hand. Hi, Dorit. It's okay, Gator hater. Oh my God. So
playing him.
Yeah, so you know, she's playing herself. He really, and if you see his Instagram and everything, he's not thinking about Amanda. Okay, not at all. But the
Well, that's
dad
good.
said, yep, the dad said he felt the tension. He knows something's not right there. She wanted to know why didn't his mother like his ex-wife? And she asked him to ask her that, and he asked her, why do you want to know that? So he did, and the mother told her because she tried to control him. They didn't feel that. The dad said it. The dad said it's simple. She didn't love him. She tried to control him. He couldn't think for himself, and they didn't like what it was doing to him, which is the same shit.
Same relationship he's in with Amanda.
With Amanda. Razvan actually realized it and said it himself. He said
That's the
this
same
relationship
exact
is reminding him of what he went through with his ex. And when they argue, he doesn't see love in her eyes. He said it.
There's no love there. She
He said
don't love him. Right. She don't love him. And I'm glad that you said that right now, if you currently look at his Instagram, he's happy. He seems like he good. And there's no her.
He is happy. He's doing his own thing. You know, I really wish that he stays away from her because she means him no good. And this is my opinion. Okay. Then we have we have Cleo and Christian. Okay. Cleo is a simp. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And I hated to come to that conclusion, but it was the day they went and saw the little the psychic. But when they went there, I was kind of over Cleo. I'm like, it's Cleo is seeing too much. And Christian, I think might be crazy.
Jane came over for Thanksgiving. So, you know, Christian was out having drinks. He saw this woman at the bar. They started talking. He invited her over. We had to wait to find out that the woman had other plans. But Cleo got, you know, she had to bring it up to Jane. And then, Christian, the gaslighting Christian. So they're talking. So Jane asks him, she goes, so do you often go to bars and pick up on single ladies? Did you get, is it just women or is it men too? He goes, well, he's just a social person. And she goes, well, do you get the phone number? And, he's going, no, I didn't get the phone number, but they're drilling him. She's looking at Cleo, trying to tell Cleo, bitch, you stupid, get the hell away from that. Okay. But she's not listening. She just wants to be in some relationship with somebody because Christian is a damn liar. He's a user and he's not in it. Like we said, I think he wanted there. He was tried curious. He's going to try anything once.
Exactly. And now he could move on. And he just going to play his character while he out there with her. But my thing is this. Okay, Christian, let's just say you were this guy who just meets people at bars and invites them home and all this. You know that she got all these issues, social anxieties, all this stuff. You know what I mean? So
he doesn't care.
The fact that she even is agreeing, like, talking with her friend, like she kind of understands it's just him. Oh, no. Could you let your man meet some girl at a bar and invite him over?
No.
What are we? Because to me, honestly, if some guy invited me to his house and he had a girlfriend or a wife, I would think, wait, do they think we about to have some open? You know what I mean? Like, do they think we about to all get down? Is this some kinky stuff? Like, that's what I would think. Especially some guy who's not even from that country and he's inviting me places.
And that's what I was talking about. So then, and so, they finished eating and Jane said it again. She thinks that Christian is playing games. She don't think this is going to last. He's gaslighting her and Cleo doesn't want to see it. So then, he's in the kitchen cleaning up. Cleo walks her out. So Cleo comes back in and, so Christian, he turns to her. He goes, I was trying to make a good impression on her, but all I feel is that I was being gaslit. He's making Cleo, who has low self-esteem to begin with, feel really bad about him being the piece of shit that he really is. And, and he's not going to apologize to her because he doesn't feel that he's done anything wrong. He's just a social person. No, you're a piece of shit that wants your cake and eat it too. You want to dick Cleo, have Cleo dick you, and then you want to go dick some other one. I'm sorry.
Exactly. But then you want a woman. Yep. You want all of it. He wants all of it. I
think
he
wants it all.
Boys that look like boys too. I think he wants it all. He just
wants it all.
Do it. He wants to do whatever he wants.
He wants to do whatever the fuck he wants to do and think everybody's going to be okay with it. Christian, I have news for you. You're not a catch. You're not good looking at all. You look like a simp. You look like anyway, let me stop.
And I liked Christian at first. Like when the first episode, when it came on.
I was hoping it was going to work out.
I liked Christian. I was hoping it was going to work out. But then when he did the thing with his family, I was like, oh, but then he seemed like he rebelling against his family. But then, no, he's just doing what he wanted to do. That's all. Christian this is how he came out. This was his coming out.
This is his coming out, and then when he goes back, I want to see if this lasts or not. So then we had Gino and Jasmine. Okay. Y'all know that last flight they had when she said that she had the video with her screwing her ex a month ago.
How much better it was.
Okay. So then she walks outside. We saw that. Gino was leaving. Gino walks over to her and they he sits on a bench. He goes, so when you were saying these things to me, were you serious about your ex?
Yes. Yeah.
And all of this happened because she continually wants Gino to pay for a $3,000 a month apartment until she gets to come to the U.S. We all know she's here. They were spotted in Walmart. Oh, I have the picture. Hold on. Gino and Jasmine were spotted in Walmart. Hold on. Let me show you guys the picture. Hold on. She's here. One of my subscribers sent it to, Shane is so happy. But this is Okay. Hold on. Let me show you. I didn't want to end. This is
Okay.
Gino and Jasmine in Walmart.
Hmm.
So they're here. Okay.
Oh, okay. So they are still together.
Yeah. So she's here. So all of that. So Gino thinks that their relationship is fixable. Jasmine says no, she was just saying that because the argument escalated and she's scared to come to the USA because she's going to be here with no family, no nothing, and with a man that don't really love her. Because Gino said again, until they're married, she's not first in his life. His family is, okay? And then he's telling the cameras that Jasmine's anger get the best of her. I don't care how fucking mad I get. I'm not going to tell my boyfriend that I just screwed my ex a month ago.
And I got a video.
It was better than you.
And I got a video, girl, that I'm watching.
And got a video. And have a video.
She emasculates him a lot. And for me, it just says volume on him because he's a simp too. A lot of these fellas on this season are simps. Like, not to disrespect them, they just suckers, really. Like, I don't know. Because it makes me feel like they don't really want what they pretending like they taking neither. Because I'm like, wait, Jasmine and Gino are still together, and Jasmine half this season been talking about how she been getting D from somebody else.
Yeah, but her excuse is that she only said it because she was very hurt. What the fuck? You know, and
Jasmine would need a straight jacket.
What if she said she was upset because she was going back, you know, to the U.S. tomorrow, which is, you know,
right,
not tomorrow for us, and
right, I know
that he was just going to leave her there, and they should just break up. And so Gino, and Jasmine, he was like, "Is that what she goes?" Well, I don't think that we can save the relationship. And I told you, she said she don't feel love and she don't feel what the hell do you do to feel appreciated?
Exactly, but complain. But that's what I'm saying. Either they are just editing it for seasons with these two and making them look like all they do is argue. They really got nothing. Gino not that into it. Gino can't get it up. And like I said, if Gino could get if Gino said half the shit that Jasmine said to him, to her,
yeah,
Jasmine would need a straight jacket.
She
would be done. That's why when she acts like she doesn't understand, or oh, I just said it because I'm mad. Oh, I just can't control my temper. Just like when they went to see the therapist, and she was putting everything on him, and it's like, no, Jasmine, you're a mess.
Yeah, you know, she's complaining because he's never going to prioritize her over his family. So she goes, "I'm breaking up with you. You know, you can look at it. What did she say? However you want it. And you know, you can hate me for this, but in the future, you won't hate me because I believe this is the best decision. Walk away." And then Gino stops and he looks, but then he eventually walks off, right? And you know, so he says that he questions whether she really loved him or not. I'm like, really? You're questioning me?
She's obsessed with you. I mean,
she's obsessed with his money.
Yeah, and she's obsessed with the fact that he puts up with her crazy. Because in her mind, everybody leaves. She's not good enough, so she keeps giving him cray. And
that's the manipulative side of her. That's her trying to manipulate Gino. But my whole thing is next week he's going to still sit out there where he's going to tell me he can't leave unless they can fix this. He's going to cave in and pay for that fucking apartment. I guarantee you. The tears she puts out is for him to pay for that apartment. That is it. Because there's no way I'm going to be with somebody for 2 years that we've only had sex now 8 times. Are you kidding me?
In 2 years.
8 times. Mm-hmm. Get out
and
of
this girl a freak, yeah. And like I said, she's sadly thrown. I'm sorry. Okay, you know how some women say to a man, well, you see it all the time on Maury. Let's just use Maury. Let's not use regular people. We use Maury. You know how always these women like, oh, I only said it because I was mad and I knew it would hurt him. I have been mad at my kid's father. I ain't never told them
I never said no shit like that.
I never said, and I've been like cheating, lying, and I ain't never.
I may call you all kind of MFers and all, but I'm never gonna say. And by the way,
This kid ain't your right.
I got it on video, and it was good too. Are you kidding me? That should have get you killed.
Right, like, never ever. But she said it 1,000 times, but we're not supposed to believe it. Though we watched her calling the ex who she used to sleep with, who lived in the same building, who she done moved into his building, and got Gino paying an arm and a leg for her to stay there. But you were calling him the whole beginning of the season about your man.
Now, can you believe if Gino did that to her and said that he was having sex with his ex? Can you imagine?
That's why I said she would be in a straitjacket because she would lose. Think about it. Remember when they were in a confessional a couple of episodes ago, and she made a statement, and he said, "What if I did that? You know, what if I was?" It was with that ring. Remember that day when she was saying she wore her ex ring, and he said, "What if I wore something to my ex?" And she's like, "What you mean? What are you wearing? What you mean?" And he was just giving an example, and she was already. I said, "No, ain't no way she'd be talking to." You know, a fool, she'd be staying in a $1,000 apartment or $800 something.
I can't.
She wouldn't be there.
He accepts the mental, emotional abuse. So, Gino, you need help. If you're doing this for a show, because Jasmine is not worth any of that. To me, she's not. Now, I said I felt sorry for her. She had alopecia and all this shit, but her mouth is lethal.
It's lethal.
Lethal.
And I feel like I'm almost feeling like about the same way I felt about Angela and Michael. Like y'all are only together for recording. Like it just don't seem, because you were saying all season that both of them were separate. They weren't posting anything together. Now, Kawinky, then we get to this episode, and now there's videos of them in Walmart. You know,
they weren't following each other at all.
Right, because you've been saying it all week, and you were checking in while we were doing the videos. Now suddenly, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, I think y'all just do this to be on the next season. But please, y'all, for the love of everything, do not bring Jasmine and Gino back. I don't ever want to see them.
Sick of them.
If they're not having a baby or getting married, I don't want to see it. And I don't even want to see that.
I don't even want to see them anymore. So then we have David and damn it, always
David and oh my God, why that name just jump out?
I always want to call her Violet, but she's not Violet.
Violet is the one that's with
it's David
Riley.
And the one whose mom just died. My God, every time I think about oh my God, David and oh my God, oh my God, Sheila. Why can't I ever remember her name? David and Sheila.
And why do I feel like that don't
doesn't
even fit
remind me of a Sheila though? I guess that's
right.
Why.
I said right.
I almost called her Annie because of David and Annie, but David and Sheila. So they're out. They go snorkeling, which I thought was beautiful. I'm so sick of them stopping the noise. You know, it's just aggravating to me. But you know, they go out.
Sound loud.
Yeah, so thank you, Dorit. They go out on the boat and they go snorkeling, and you know, I think it's great because he really, really does love Sheila. Okay, he does. You know, and then they go out to eat, which I found weird. They were the only people in the fucking restaurant, but they're at a resort. Okay.
That was for filming.
Yeah, but the room is gorgeous. So, and the snorkeling, I was like, I remember it. I panicked. I don't know why. Shit was strapped on my face. I guess that's why I panicked. And I remember they did it to pull me, bring me back up. But I panicked. I don't like nothing on my face. I don't even wear one of those snorkel things. I just don't like it. So they go out, you know, they come back in, they're signing the whole time. And, you know, he said, you know, she says she knows she's not signing that well, but at least she's trying because they're not texting. And David is happy about that, but he's still upset because she should have been learning to sign. You know what I mean? Especially knowing he was coming. So then they go out for this. They go out for a romantic dinner. David, of course, orders steak. She has some chicken and rice. David was sweating profusely. I'm serious. His whole shirt, girl, he looked like he was just thinking to me, seriously. But then she starts crying, because he's getting ready to leave. And she doesn't have an appetite. And you can see that she really didn't eat her food after he stood up and he wasted the wine and stuff. She really didn't touch her food. She didn't really have an appetite. David was worrying about the fact that maybe it's not a good time to propose to Sheila after everything
Overthinking.
through. Yeah, and the fact that her son doesn't want to come. I do believe they genuinely love each other. I really do. I believe that. I really do believe that. So he's sweating and they're signing, and she's telling him that you're sweating a lot. He told her he was hot. Sheila tried wine and she said, too strong. So he says, sweet baby, drink water, the sign languages and stuff. So she drank water. So then it was now or never. So he got down on his knee, presented her with the cute little ring, and she couldn't believe it was real. She started crying and everything. And she kept saying, is this real? Is this real? And then when he stood up, that's when he spilled the wine and I saw her food. She really didn't eat that much because she said she didn't have an appetite. David said that Sheila, he's never been in love before, that she was the love of his life and is now or never. And he might not get this chance again. He's flying back.
Because he's going home.
Yeah, and
David
he wanted
is such a sweetheart.
Yeah, he wanted her to know that he really, truly loves her. Okay. And she's got these jealousy issues, with the interpreter, but they did pretty well. So he proposed, she cried. And the funniest thing was, they were talking to him after that. And she goes, is this real? Is this real? She said, slap me. He goes, it's real. And no, I'm not slapping you.
So I'm going to pass on the slap, but it's real.
He really wants her. And then we're going to see next week when her dad is talking, he was like, okay, now what are you going to do with him? And he's talking with John Rell, because John Rell doesn't want to go to the United States. He doesn't want to go.
Because his life, even though we like it's better.
What she said, she's not going to leave. Look, unlike the other women,
she's not leaving without her baby.
She's not leaving without her son.
But I think David is going to have to do what old girl did. Remember, what was old girl's name? And she was with the African and she got pregnant. She brought her son to move out there.
Yep.
When she was having a baby. But see, I think David is going to have to move out there. Sadly, he's going to have to spend the money. I know it sounds like a lot, but I don't think her son is just going to jump up and move, even though he likes David. I think her child really likes David. But I think they could bond more with more time. Then he'll be ready to move.
Yeah, and David still sends her money, because if you follow them on Instagram, they are still together. He takes care of her as best he can.
Right,
yep,
more than she had. Right.
I think they're in a loving relationship. I really do believe they love each other.
I think she's gonna have a baby. I think she's gonna have a baby by David.
She looked like she was pregnant. But then when she had that yellow dress on with a dress she had on, what to say last night, well, on the show, you see a little bump, but when she was sitting in that chair, baby, that is a baby bump.
I really think that she's going to have a baby by him.
So I really have a good feeling about their relationship. I really do. And David, that he looks happy. If you follow them on Instagram, you'll see it. Just like Shane and Merk. Oh my God, their relationship and the relationship that he has with her mother, they're all on Instagram.
And they all are really happy.
They are living their best life.
Now, the good thing is me, you, and Debbie from episode 1 said that David and Sheila were our favorite couple.
Yep.
They were the one we felt would really make it. Well, I actually was rooting for Christian too and Chloe.
I was rooting for Christian and Cleo too. Yep, I was.
Yeah, I was rooting, but I'm not rooting for them at all no more. I think that they are together. They are toxic for each other. I don't think that they're healthy for each other.
Now, I just want to know, is Jasmine and Dan actually having relationships? But it was convenient to me that Dan was out of the country with his family on
The
holiday.
whole time Gino was there.
Yep,
Mhm.
but when he asked her what's going to happen if he runs into Gino, you remember that?
Yeah, at the beginning, yeah. When they play their phone conversation and he asked. But see, my whole thing is, why are you worried about stuff if you not? That's what I'm saying. This how you know what she was saying is true. I don't want to hear that they had a breakup. You know, how some people like, oh, we broke up and that's when I
Yep,
got up with him. But how did you end up in the same building with him?
because that's what she
You
wanted
still
to be
talk
at.
to
But
him.
she, you remember during the fight, you went there when they're arguing, she goes, I don't want to be tied with anyone. What am I doing with you? Fuck marriage, fuck it, called him a piece of shit. She also said that my ex knows how to fuck me.
Right.
He's
That's
the
why I said
best
she's
man I've
bragged
ever
on his
had.
D. Yes, she's bragged on that D many a times, honey. And I think that she moved into that apartment because she want to be real close to that D. And until she get to America, she want to be right on top of that D at all times. I mean, literally, like
I think she
literally
did,
and physical and
but I don't think
figuratively.
she had sex with Dan. I don't know. I think she had sex
I
with someone, maybe
do.
not Dan,
I
but
think it's Dan. I don't know why I feel like it's Dan. Because you know, now some women will throw somebody in your face because he's my friend and you might be jealous of him.
Gino
Because you
has
know,
never seen Dan. He's never seen him. Never seen it. Never
but
met
is
him.
he jealous of him? Because
Well,
he's heard about him.
if you got a man
Right.
that lives out of the country and you're throwing any man's name in his face, or a woman, they're going to be jealous.
Yeah. Well, honestly, anybody I mess with ain't gonna allow me to be talking to them like that. Because they gonna tell you then go hop on them and be with them then, since you keep throwing them up. Because I know if a man told me one time that someone was better, then he needs to go get her. He can have her forever. I don't want to stand in the way of their love.
I'm just like, oh my God, I just can't. So do we really think that she slept with Gino? I mean, with
With
Dan?
Dan, I do. I think that that's not just talk. I think Dan is the man.
But
And
don't
here's the
you think
thing,
it's strange?
Jasmine has slept with Gino 8 times. So the fact that she keeps saying this other person is better, it's not like she only slept with Gino one time and she's just throwing it out because maybe that one time was bad and I don't know. But it's like I feel like she really means that when she says it. I'm sorry, I just do, because she keep apologizing for saying it and keep doing it again. Yeah, I'm convinced. I'm convinced she slept with him in real life. Multiple times. Look, multiple times.
Well, that was the episode for it was a good episode. It really was. Yep. And what I want to know, what is she going to do with her kids? Because she doesn't have custody of her children anyway, so
right, she's not taking care of them while she's living in the same place with them. So
but what's she gonna do with her little sister who's living in that apartment with her? The one that just turned 20 or 21, I forgot.
Play the Walmart video. Maybe she was walking in the background.
Girl, stop.
But she was packed behind them somewhere, pushing the cart.
Yeah, but Sister Wives was pretty good. I enjoyed it, and I don't see why I have a copyright. I just went and looked to see if I had a copyright claim or anything, and I don't. Okay. So as long as I do it that way, I shouldn't get. But it's not a strike. If I do a copyright claim, that means that I use the video just won't be monetized.
Yeah. So, and that's and the thing is, with shows like that, they get you fast.
Yeah. So, and that's what I went to check.
If something was going to be done, it would have got done fast.
But, so I played it a little bit and we talked about it a little bit. So yes, I don't have a copyright claim or anything. So if that works, anything that we can't, because when an episode is packed, look, when it's an when it's tactful like that. Girl, I couldn't keep up with that damn argument. I was like, wait a minute, wait, what? And then Cody kept going back around the same shit, always trying to get, and he was actually gaslighting Janelle.
He was gaslight, and it was so funny when he told her, like, you're just saying it because I said it. And I'm like, no, she actually is saying it and it fits.
Yep.
You're just saying it. You're actually gaslighting her. And you do actually always gaslight her. So she's actually saying it and it really fits.
Yep. I'm just like, oh my God. But yeah, I'm just like, I'm just too through with this whole shit. But I told y'all it wasn't, that's the third episode. Wait till
it's coming.
I'm going to tell you by episode 6 or 7, that's when Mary's going to say she's not going to be there anymore, that she doesn't want this anymore.
I can see that. I really thought today, I mean, not today, I thought with Sunday's episode, that's what I thought is coming. It's going to be about 5 episodes because it's not going to be next week. But you're right, about 5 or 6. It's about
Thank you.
Light on fire.
Yep. And Lainey, she is exactly right. Cody doesn't want to be the one to leave. He wants everybody to see him as a victim.
Yep. A victim. And it's so funny because he always tell the ladies, like, stop acting like he was a victim. Nobody was done wrong. But he's the biggest victim in the house. I mean, of the family.
Yep.
The kids aren't a victim. The wives aren't a victim. He's a victim.
Yep. So that's what I'm saying. So we see what he's exactly who he is.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, guys, that is our show for the day. And on Thursday, I think I'm coming live Thursday. Well, I need to go live tomorrow too. I'm gonna do a morning coffee tomorrow morning because I'm gonna do morning live. I'm gonna do an early live in the morning, but that's our show for today. And Danny, don't go anywhere because we need to talk.
Okay. Okay. That just reminded me for a second of when I used to get that message from the teacher, like, you don't dismiss with the children. We need to speak up. I'm in trouble.
Yeah, look. Yeah. Look, would you mind if I speak to you for a minute? Guys, thank you. And if you didn't catch Brooks live earlier, I was watching it for a bit, but I haven't finished it yet. Brooke was discussing all about Paul Staley.
Okay,
was in her chat, and just go check it out and see. But also keep an eye out for Rakin's live tonight.
Definitely.
Danny was live earlier. If you missed that live, catch Danny's live. But I will definitely catch you guys later. And I love each and every one of you. I think I forgot about that video because look, I think they forgot about that video, but I love each and every one of you. Have a great day, guys. Bye. Look,